Hey Aquarius, welcome to my channel. This is Lotus Magic. Today I'm bringing you your February 2019 love reading. The spread that I'm doing for this is a chakra spread, and we're going to be looking at your love situation from the root chakra on up to the crown chakra, and ending it with an oracle guidance message from Spirit to give you some guidance as you navigate your love life. So I'm going to go ahead and get started because I want to keep these kind of brief. So your root chakra, um, your root chakra is looking at the root of your problem as it pertains to your love life. So for Aquarius, the root of your problem is the moon. Now what that's telling me is the root of your problem in your love life is secrets and deceptions. Now this can be you being a deceptive partner. This could be you being deceptive with yourself. But I feel like many Aquarius in the collective are battling between two situations. And I feel like it's coming from a place of battling between who you're with and who you want. If we look at this picture, here we have this woman. She's looking back. It's almost like, just to kind of clarify it with this story, you made arrangements with your lover to come by the house while your spouse is at work. And your lover is there. You guys are getting ready to enjoy your afternoon bliss, but you didn't know that your spouse was planning to surprise you for lunch, to come home from lunch and do the same thing. And so you're surprised when you hear the door and you hear that, honey, I'm home, and you're kind of scrambling to get your lover out the door. So it's a battle between who you're with and who you want. But because of the situation, there is a lot of secrets, there is a lot of deception, and you're battling between choosing the person that you really want versus choosing the person that you're with. And because of this, it's kind of like you're in a dark space. Okay, you're in a dark space. Or vice versa. Maybe it's you're taking on an external relationship because you're in a dark space, that you're needing to really deal with the issues on why you're stepping out on your partner, or dealing with the issues of choosing to stay in relationships that really don't serve your highest good and really don't bring you any joy and happiness. So it's possible that this person that you're throwing out the window really brings you a lot of joy and light, because you're dark, but that person is not dark. So it's possible that when you're with that person, you feel a sense of light, whereas the relationship you're in is a bit of a darkness, and it's coming from a dark place. Your connection to that relationship is coming from a dark place. All right, what is your lover's perspective of the situation? So if we look here, you may be dealing with a person who is on the end of this deception. Like this person here, they're like flying out the window, and they're not really happy about it, because of course they love you and they want you, but you can't give yourself to them. And it's possible that the reason why you can't, many of you Aquarius in the collective may be juggling multiple relationships, and if not a whole bunch of people, there's just someone else, and your lover and possibly the person that you really want and the person that really wants you is wanting you to figure out how to manage the situation, because things are getting tricky, things are getting risky, and you're on the verge of being caught, per se. You're on the verge of the 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 cat coming out of the bag, and they want you to manage these situations. This also could indicate that if you are dealing with multiple people, there may be some conflict within those relationships. Um, and this is like you have, 4 or 5 different women, and now they're all putting pressure on you to choose. They're all putting pressure on you to choose one. Choose me, choose me, choose me. And overall, you're just having a hard time managing your relationships, whether that be time with action, not being able to give everybody the time that they need, not being able to um, do the things for all of them equally. So there's just some management issues. But like I said, this could either be coming from all of the people you're dealing with, or this could be coming from the person that you really want, because I feel like I said you're battling between the person you really want and those that person you're with, or those that you're with. And the person that you really want is perceiving the situation as you not being able to manage it, and it's creating a lot of conflict between you and that person, and between your other situation. So basically, they're just wanting you to make a choice. They're feeling like you need to make a choice because you're not managing the situation really well, and it's keeping you in a very dark place. Perhaps they even see that how these other situations or other situation is keeping you in a dark place. What is your willpower? This is the solar plexus. What is your willpower? So right now, Aquarius, your willpower is very low. And because your willpower is very low, you're hanging on to all of these situations when you really don't want to. So you don't have a lot of strength right now. And I think you're trying to get it, but you don't really have it. And you're not really emotionally stable. And I think this comes from some self esteem issues. So it could be that the reason why you're engaging in all of these extracurricular relationships is because maybe it gives you a boost of self esteem that you don't have, and you're trying to get it. It's almost like you're trying to keep your energy up, but you're like sucking the energy from other people. But the thing is, it's because you're in a low vibration, you're only really taking in more low vibration. So what all of these situations that you're in really isn't going to boost your self-esteem, because it's not replenishing your power. It's actually taking away your power. So I feel like you're just holding on. It's like ego. It's like you're holding on for ego reasons, and your ego won't let you go, won't allow you to step into your true power, to seek out the love that you really want, because you're peeking in. It's like you're peeking in on the love you really want, but you're afraid to go in. You're not going to go in, but I'm just going to peek and make sure you're still there. So you're going to have to really work on your solar plexus to get the willpower to make the decisions, to raise your vibration, to bring a little more light in your life, because our solar plexus, that's where our fire is, that's where our passion is, that's where our light is. And so because you have this moon energy, um, it's the sun and the moon can't, they're never in the sky together. So it's like you have to choose one or the other, your darkness or your light. And I think that you want to choose your light, you just don't have the strength to do so at this time. So you're holding on to all of these different cups, to get this self-esteem. Like, it makes you feel good to be able to have multiple lovers. It makes you feel good to be able to hold these secret rendezvous, and maybe it makes you feel wanted. You're going through a lot of that, but that's coming from a place of low self-esteem, not high self-esteem. Because if you had high self-esteem, you wouldn't need to juggle so much. You wouldn't need to seek out all of these options for emotional fulfillment, because for one, you have it within yourself. And if you have it within yourself, then you can um you would be able to take this person who really loves you and build a foundation and a relationship with, based on a higher frequency of true love. Maybe you don't feel like you deserve true love, and that's a self-esteem issue. You're very deserving of love regardless of your past. You still deserve to be loved, and you deserve to give love in the highest frequency. You deserve unconditional love, and that's something you need to seek. Hold on. Sorry about that. My little one's home. And if you watch my videos, you know she loves making a cameo. Hold on. Okay. Um so anyways, I was saying, um you need to really work on your solar plexus and your self-esteem and your willpower, so that you can remove yourself from these negative relationships, because they're really not making, they give you like momentary satisfaction, but in the long run, what happens is, after you're drained and everything, you're seeking out um, the person that you want to kind of replenish your energy, but you're not willing to commit to that person, even though you know deep down inside they make you happy. And that's not fair to that person, and it's really not fair to you. All right, so now let's look at the heart chakra. Where does your heart lie in this situation? So here we have the Ten of Cups. you're in your heart, you really want to move away from the emotional unfulfillment. If we look at this picture here, we have two lovers, and it looks like he might have fallen off the side of the bed, and this person is standing over them, like yelling and screaming. So I feel like you really want to move away from this conflict um, that you're in, as it pertains to all of these cups. You really can't even maintain all of the emotional commitments that you're trying to attach yourself to. You don't even have the energy right now to even manage these relationships really well, which is why there's a lot of conflict amongst them. Okay. And maybe at one time you had enough time, but unfortunately what happens is, um, you're dealing with, I speak from the perspective of a woman, so this isn't just towards men, or I'm not just speaking, understand, put yourself in the perspective that applies to you. But this is kind of like a man who has 3 or 4 different women, and maybe there was one that was serious, so you got more time. Well, you've been dealing with the other two for quite some time, and as women change and get older, their needs change, and they start to realize they want more from you, because through the time and the attachment, they've created greater emotions, and now you're kind of like, well, you knew that I wasn't going to be able to give that to you, but that's what I want. I've been with you for all this time, and I feel like I deserve more. And so now here comes that conflict, because now you have um, 4 women who want your time, when you really only have time to give to one in the most satisfying way. Now you're trying to juggle all these situations to keep everybody happy, and it's tiring you out, because you really can't do it. You might be able to do it financially. You might even be able to do certain things that keep them satisfied for the moment. But now they want your heart. Now they want all your love and affection. And now you realize you can't give it. And now you're realizing that they aren't even the ones that you want to give it to. And here comes the conflict. So your heart knows that you need to really get out of these situations and really seek the love that you want. But you know that in order to do that, you're gonna have to go through that tower moment. You're gonna have to destroy and tear down the foundation on which you've built your perspectives of love. Tear down the foundation on which you built the structure of your relationships. So it's going to take a tower moment, and that's going to come when you make a choice. If we see here, this gentleman's wearing gray. So really, it's about you making the choice to walk away from all of these different cups that you really can't fill equally. Some cups are half full, some are damn near dry, some maybe almost filled to the top. But you're pouring your situation, you're pouring your emotions and your time and your energy into the wrong cups. And so now you have someone here who's right in front of you, ready to, you know, um, build with you and love you properly and commit to you. Now you just need to make a choice. And you know that when you make this choice, because this is what you really want, you don't want the conflict. Okay, you really want this Four of Wands, which is a situation that leads you to stability and happiness, and someone who can help you tear down this old structure, okay, and rebuild something better. Because if you look here, we have, the tower. The tower's cool, but that mansion is better. So that's kind of where you are. The tower, it needs work. It needs work. Might not even be worth, it's like after a while, your property becomes so damaged, it may not even be worth, remodeling anymore. Okay, you've been patching up pieces and keeping it afloat for all this time, but now you have the opportunity to tear that down and take that land and build something greater with someone that's more stable. And that's really what you want. That's really where your heart is. Okay, throat chakra. What do you really want to communicate? I think what you're trying to communicate is to your this is you communicating to the person you really want. Um you really want to communicate to them that you're trying to find the strength, because this is a strength card. You're really trying to find the strength to move out of this dark place, to move out of this secret and deceptive energy, to embrace their love. I think that's what you're really trying to do. And I think the person that you really want is very intuitive, and they're really trying to help you mentally get through it and pull you out of it. Um, it's just going to take you having the strength to get the willpower. And this is why I say it's back to your solar plexus, okay? Your higher self is communicating to you that you need to get that solar plexus in check so that you can have the strength to walk away from any situation that's dimming your light and keeping you in a darkness, taking your good energy, um, and keeping you like trapped. Okay, your third eye. What does your third eye want you to like? What are you thinking? This is what you're thinking. I think for many Aquarius, you're thinking that walking away from these situations is going to cause a lot of conflict, um, and that's where you're really trying to gain the mental strength to deal with the conflict, because perhaps this person that you really want is new. Okay, you've been dealing with all these others for so much time, but this other person just kind of comes in out of nowhere and redirects your whole life into a higher place. Well, what happens is you know that these others are going to be really pissed because they invested the time and in hopes of becoming your number one, and now someone new has come out of the woodworks and has taken their spot per se. You know that's going to cause a lot of conflict because you're dealing with people who have low energy. You're dealing with people who have extreme ego issues. You're dealing with people who have attachment issues. They're because you attracted these people in a low vibration. You're going to have to understand that you're going to have to deal with the low vibrations of separation as well. And you know that that's going to create a lot of conflict. You know that it's going to be a battle. You know it's going to be a fight. And that's in your mind, you're really trying to figure out how you're going to deal with it, how you're going to silence it, how you're going to shut up the violence. Because you may even have to gain the strength to protect the new person that's coming in. But you know that this person is is going to create that stability, the grounding, the acquisition of material wealth, so you know that it's like your mind is battling between the conflicts of walking away and the joy of taking on something new and stable. And how do I get out of this without the least amount of conflict possible? I think that's really what it is. But you want to be here because you know this person it grounds you. All right, crown chakra. What is the outcome of all this that leads to that higher vibration? Aquarius, what I see and feel is that many of you are going to get the strength to take on the battle. We have here the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is ready to battle. They're ready to deal with the conflict. They're ready to move any obstacle out of their way. And I feel like the obstacle that you are going to get the strength to battle is between your dark heart and your light heart. You're going to get the strength and the energy to come out of this darkness and into the light. If we compare these two pictures, here we have this bright and sunny, afternoon with love standing right in front of us. So, and then here we have gray skies, and that always means indecision, doom, gloom, So you're definitely going to get the mental strength, because I think that's where it's going to start, the mental strength to make a decision. And once you make that decision, you are going to really be prepared and powerful enough to walk away from the conflicts that comes from separating from these other situations, so that you can walk into the relationship that you really, really want. Your oracle guidance message comes from the god of the underworld, and it says something which no longer serves you is about to end. So it's really confirming the outcome. These relationships that no longer serve you are really about to come to an end. Okay, and it's time. It's because you really see now where you need to be, what you need to do, and you've done the work. There's something that you're doing in your vibration, and like I said, really working on that solar plexus, really getting the power to understand and see and look at things from a different perspective. And because of that, you're going to be able to end any situation or relationship that doesn't serve your higher purpose. So good job, Aquarius, because Aquarius is and making decisions. Aquarius can live their whole life in non-committal relationships, but sometimes we actually grow up and we mature, and I think that many Aquariuses are waking up and maturing and realizing that in order to get here, you're going to need to have a stable partner in your life to do that. You're not going to be able to get ahead trying to manage all these different relationships. It costs you way too much of your resources. And your resources are time, energy, and money. Okay, so you're ready to take your resources and put it in one pot. All right, Aquarius, until next time, love and light.